And today we have another episode of Journey Through Eorzea. Welcome, I am your favorite Amon's hat-wearing adventurer, Tiberius Fox. We are over near Limsa in, man, I always have the thing, Lanasia, thank you. I always get Lanasia and Thanalan backwards. I don't know why, I just always have. The Shroud is obvious to me because it's like the trees or whatever. But anyway, we're here to talk to Tractum. Also, when I got in today, I noticed that Y'shtola is here. Just did not notice that whatsoever when I started. So let's see what Y'shtola has to say first, even though she's not like a pretty cool thing. The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit I've never before met one of their members face to face. I imagined that a warrior who had toppled with both Titan and Leviathan would seek a bask of lifetime fame and glory, yet he seems to have settled in a place of distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. Yeah, he just wants to like chill out. He already fought giant monsters. Also, he's got a fit on. I tell you, that's a fit that he's wearing. Lay down your burden, son. Come drink a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find ye a lass or three. You gonna say something, Venture, or just keep staring, eh? You wanna know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hells. Price of bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself lucky, mate. Old Tractum was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Haha. So you want to hear about the tale about the Company of Heroes bested at Primal, do ye? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, eh? Oh, if only he'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights we did. Wow, that is like a really long trial. Wow. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit ye, boy, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Titus. How about Titan? Oi, what's to look for? I'm a damned hero, I'll have you know. The people around here are singing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that made a nest by the windmill? Just south here. Aye, do that and we'll talk. Man, I'm like over level 20 now, like, story-wise. And they got me going out to kill rats. So let's, you know, hey, who am I? Who am I, really? At this point in time, who am I, really? I'm just just a simple country adventurer who wants to come out here and they want me to go fight some rats with some purple smoke. Who am I to say no? You know what I mean? Even though he said Titus, which makes me think that I can't remember. Oh, well, here's Sparky Squeakerton. He's here too. I'm too powerful. That guy ninja. Kind of getting ninja vibes from him, but I don't know. Let's take a look. A monk. I don't see enough monks to like know exactly what I should be seeing when I see them, but you know, easily smart. He's in a rush. He's like, I'm gonna go take my chocobo over there. You know, Mjolnir follows me, so. All right, what's next? So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, venturer. Save me a hassle of. Never mind. Must be he just like blew through all this and didn't read it at all. What, you still asking about how to beat Titus? I don't know, Venture. It was a pretty risky strategy, the kind only a veteran of 10 score battles could rely upon. If you want me to teach you, I truly do, but unless you prove ye have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you'd need to be capable of slaying, say, a Gabu. Come to think of it, any bad day, them creatures have a taste for the foul milled here, so ye ought to have no trouble finding him one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you just try heading due west and stand in the lookout in case a Gabu comes calling? Say, slay it, and I might consider telling you more about Titus. This is very contrived, but that's totally fine. I'm sure that me and my absolutely maximum power now will be super duper thing. So what's the over and under? What do we think the odds are that it's going to make me wait a really long time or a short time? Oh, it's a slow one. Not the slowest I've ever seen, but definitely a slow one. Oh no, it's a Gabu. Oh no, it was a Gabu. I know that kind of takes some of the, what do you want to say, like the fear out of the moment, but like it also, it's a whole new set of things. Like I said, my headcanon is that I'm a time traveler, so it's gonna work just fine for me. Eh? You again? Then that Gabu who was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think he had it in you, adventurer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. Are you sure about that? I'm still not sure if I should tell you our secrets. Forever and a day. He was telling me it took 3 days to beat Titan. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe as a... Tractum, you in here drinking again? If you are, that Gabu had better been dead. Oh, he got me to do his work for him, I see. I forgot all about this. I remember coming out here, but I couldn't remember any of like the story beats. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You gave my word on that. Cleave the beast skull in two with my trusty axe I did. Is that a fact? And why are your friend here say if I ask him? He'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Tractum who slew the Gabu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tractum, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? That's what I've been thinking this whole time. Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Yeah, well, see, Titus was me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagan shite I've ever heard. Both of you outside, we'll learn the truth the Leminson way. Tractum, if you didn't slay the Gabu, you may consider your contract revoked. Ooh, he better hope this fight'll sink if he wants to, like, dream about not going down in 2 seconds. If it's not synced, he's toast. This Incredible Hulk-looking fellow is gonna have a bad time. All right, we got solo duty. Let's go. It's synced, so he's got a little bit of a chance. Oh no! Destroy the large boulder. All right, you know the rules. First man to smash his boulder is judged. Know anything about trying it? Well, you know what the secret is. I poison my boulders. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, hell's with it. Let the contest begin. Oh, this guy's, he's toast, dude. Come on. Oh, he's gonna try and fight me? I'm not even remotely worried about it. I find your lack of bouldering. I'll move out of the way. I was tempted to just stand in the way. I want to kind of see if I can outdo the bomb. Like, kill it so fast that it doesn't matter. Lol. Your bomb was worthless. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes. 10 seconds to self-destruct. Oh wait, hang on. I wonder if something's gonna happen in the background. Nothing? Okay, I just had to know. But I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned my lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blubbering, Tractum. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive ye. I swear, it's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I was being serious when I said I was one of them. But you wouldn't believe me, so I wasn't being serious. Okay, so I... Look, his name was Westgiet. Right? Weshget. He'll tell you, that sounds like a Wishcash, I don't know. It's a Pokemon. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell that thing's name is. That's all you wanted, ain't it? So come on, tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. That's right. You're so weak that your bomb... I killed it before your bomb could go off. How ashamed are you? You should feel shame. Alright, so Costa del Sol. I mean, what do we got? How far away is that from, like, where I am? I don't even know where I am. Let's see. This is Wineport, Camp Bronze Lake. Where am I in... Okay. No, it's not that one. I'm, like, trying to remember, like, where I am exactly. Well, it ain't that one either. Well, I think I'm in Lower Lenasia, right? Yeah, I should actually read the map instead of just, like, wondering where I should go. You know, let's... This is gonna be against my better judgment. I'm thinking we should take a boat. We'll take it up to Wineport. We'll go from Lower Lenasia. We'll head down to Red Rooster Stead. We'll take it up to Wineport, and then when we take it to Wineport, you know, actually, in second thought, you know, in the fact that I have my car out and it's got sweet jams going, perhaps we'll just ride with the sweet jams. I think I can drive. I can hold the steering wheel for 5 minutes. I think I can be fine. First, though, who is this? I need to know. His level 26 Arcanine named Xanthus Roshan Dabu. Alright. Alright, so we gotta head. Trying to follow the roads. I mean, I could always say where we're going don't need roads, but I've got too much swag. Oh no, it's the kobolds. Wait. So if I went to... Okay, they're both Eastern Lenasia. I wonder... we'll just stick what we were going to do. I'm going to get up there, I'm going to take the boat. Because we also like boats. I could pay Gil to get over there, instead of just going around. So... I'm sure this would be safe to drive across. I'm sure it's with the boards. Oh my gosh, my flying actually busted out. It's amazing. Oh, almost to the docks, so that's good. Oh, it's the hut for the ninja. I spent so much time when I was here leveling ninja. I was trying to think back, I was like, what did I spend a lot of time here doing? I know I did a little bit for, like, running around, but I was like, what did I do? I was like, oh yeah, because a friend of mine was leveling monk and he was out here, but going to Forbidden Falls. Are you going along? Yeah, 40 Yell, absolutely. Alright, we'll ride Mjolnir the rest of the way. But yeah, no, it was Ninja. I just spent a lot of time leveling Ninja out here. This path kind of ends, doesn't it? Well, that's unfortunate. We'll take a turn here. Excuse me, large bison thing. Trying to follow the road and the road bamboozled me. Oh no, they're just exploding for no reason? I don't understand why they're exploding. Like I don't understand. Are they chasing somebody? I don't see anybody. What are we doing? I'm sure that there's a reason they're doing that. I just don't know what it is. It's trying to scare me away, maybe. Alright. Also spent a moderate amount of time in Coastal Assault just leveling around here. Alright. Let's talk to Wishcash here. That's what I'm calling him. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. Oh, it's her. Sorry. We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsalimins are depending upon us. You fancy yourself heroes, then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored to the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. He is blessed with a power that protects him from primal influence. Thus was he able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A man who can't be tempered? Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true, the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we'd faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but we took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you to Ogomoro in on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more common than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gegeruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I've said? We have not time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Yeah, I've already been doing that. I've been killing rats, all sorts of stuff. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you're welcome to find your own way into Ogomoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet as much remains to be done that we have a best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I'll use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leave the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa Minsa hangs in the balance. Let's go. Master Gegeruju's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you on a true task, I would have you verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach in the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want any large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with your herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Alright? No problem. Baby, I was born for this sort of thing. Alright, east he says. Oh gosh, I can't fly, that was just falling with style. That was at least pretty fast. This one is less fast. Oh no, it was so scary. Alright, oh no, I don't know how that happened, that was crazy. Come, Wishcash, tell me more about it. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact that he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befit your talents. So is that other guy. The other guy lied, and now he has to screen people. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Coastal Sol in the near future, and Master Gegeruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gegeruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is an extremely exotic feast, and so Tiberius, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Oh no, it's cheese. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied by a suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for a time being, as I believe you have enough on the plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you had need not... Yes, cheese, I see you. But you need not toil alone. Many of... Yes? Oh gosh. I feel like a cheese break is coming on. Yes, I'll pay attention to you in a minute. Let me finish reading this, and then we'll do cheese time, okay? Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landrill at Camp Tranquil. What, do you mean to tell me you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have time to endurance to complete the mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Alright. Alright, thanks, Discount Wharf, no problem. Alright. Well then. Alright, I'm gonna take a brief intermission and then we'll resume going and finding things for a banquet. Okay, on the road again. Alright, so we gotta go to Denel. Wait, isn't that? They said that was over in a shroud, right? Well, as we all know, I have the Shroud shortcut right here. So, we'll go get their wine. Like, the thing I'm reflecting on, obviously, and as I've reflected a few times before, is the difference between, like, the tedious chores that it's making me do here versus the tedious chores that it was making me do in Dawn Trail. Let me get this underway. We'll get a chocobo order underway, and then I'll talk about what I'm thinking about. Camp Tranquil. Okay. Pirate Camp Tranquil. 3 minutes. Perfect. 3 minutes would be more enough time to actually probably more time than I need. So no, what I was thinking about was that in Dawn Trail, like, it gives you tedious stuff to do, right? But like, there's little bits of something. Like even the little thing where I was attacking rats or whatever is still more engaging than just talking to some people and then talking to some more people. Like even the attacking of the random like creatures or whatever, that barely happened in the entirety of 7.0. In 7.1, 2, and 3, didn't really do much either. I mean, it's starting to kind of improve. It was a little bit better in 7.4, but I still wasn't like super locked in. Only thing, like I said, the only thing I really liked about it was Doom Train. But no, the thing about it is, like, they didn't even pace it to where you're doing other interesting things at the same time. You're just constantly... Sorry, I was looking like, what is that? But no, it's like you're still, like, never... You didn't do anything. And so, like, I see it talk about doing X, Y, and Z, and I go, oh, well, what are we doing here, and what are we doing there, right? But even so, like, at least I'm doing something, you know what I mean? Which I cannot say about Dawn Trail. It's like they thought that just taught, like, the dialogue, like, people like the story, so because we like the story, that's, like, all we want, and we want inane dialogue that just goes on what feels like forever. With no, you know, no obvious, like, payoff. There's, like, no payoff as part of it. And, like, annoying characters and everything else, right? In this, it's like, at least you have, like, the advantage of being like, oh, everything is kind of new, and you're still getting, like, you should be getting used to knowing everything, and, like, learning about, like, the factions, and the places you're going, and, like, the Shroud, and, you know, and Limsa Laminsa, and Ul'dah, and all those areas, like, Thanalan, and Lanasi, and all that stuff, is all still... Oh, that guy's on a fence right there. I saw that. I see you stand on that fence. But no, it's just, like, it's still kind of new and fresh, right? So you're kind of going around and exploring stuff. But, like, while you get the impression that things have already happened, and they're, like, continuing to happen, I can't say with 100% certainty... I don't know, it's just, like... Man, Tuliolol is not an interesting place. None of the people there are super interesting. All the cultures seem, like, really, like, we just kind of shoehorn these in. They don't... I don't know. Like, I guess part of it is, I would say, is that I find the factions and the things going on in ARR and beyond believable, to the most part. Not everything, but, like, most part. Like, I'd say, like, 85% or better. I would say that the entire environment, even though it's making you do the same tedious stuff, you're not really curious or interested in what's going on, because it just doesn't really matter. I don't know, it just doesn't really matter. At least not to me. I don't know. I'm having a hard time, like, trying to really, like, bring this to words, but, you know, and I thought I would be able to get it done before we got here, but, you know, I didn't, so it is what it is. But no, it's just like, I don't know, it's just a real fumble. When you had something that was, like, you had a bare, like, minimal of, like, what it should look like, you know, and then it's like, you know what it should look like, and then it just, like, you fumble it still. You make it somehow worse than ARR, which is notoriously, like, the worst part of the entire game. So, anyway, if I come up with a better way to explain that, I will later, but, like, for right now, let's move on. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Tiberius. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? Ha, you amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. You be saying that now. We'll be saying that later. Oh, no, that's not the one. Alright, give me the info. Let's go. Let me be clear. The business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, it was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Detto here being a rare exception. I've had to go to the great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, or all the other activities so I dearly miss. So I understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you for the nearest heaven spiller. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in the near nest east of here, just right for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. He's laughing. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked by the moment you lay the hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Tiberius. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, and the corpse will rot in the swamp. The thing is, it's just the thing. I remember this guy, but I don't remember from where. I don't remember like what was he all about. I don't remember anything about it. So I just remember he shows up later, and I was like, hey, it's that guy. He looks loosely familiar. But once again, the one problem is in this game is they'll do callbacks to like characters and events, but it'll have been so long ago that someone with me with Swiss cheese for a memory hole, like goes, yeah, I vaguely remember that guy was a character, but I don't remember anything about him. So, but in the meantime, let's get the scary adamantoise egg. I'm terrified. Let's go. And goodbye. A level 30. Ooh, spooky. Here I am trivializing all of the big threats. Oh, did I not claim it? I didn't claim it. I just touched it so that people got mad. I'd laugh if it happened again. Oh no. Sorry about the adamantoise egg. Her. Alright. Let's see if we can do it. This music... The other thing is weird, it just is a thing for like recording. More recording nerd stuff. Some stuff just like, the game just gets like really loud for some reason. Like this music is like probably an extra third louder than everything else that's going on most of the time, except for like boss music. But you know, it's like a crescendo type thing, like, right? Like they're supposed to be like showing off like how big everything is. I want to target this person. Let me look at this person. There we go. Level 42 white mage. Probably AFK. You are not wrong. Our mission as a guild of probably AFK is to walk around the entire realm being AFK. Wow, what heroes. Alright. Loosey-goosey. Alright, level 40 blacksmith guy. Alright, Lendonil. I thought you might have good sense to leave this place. By continued presence, I take you intend to persevere to the bitter end. Haha, such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me, I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In the Forgotten Springs you will find a man named Uda Nun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Tiberius. Southern Thanalan. Alright. Well, let's do a quick ninjutsu jump here. Ninjutsu teleport, whatever. Oh, okay, it's this area. I don't think I've been here for anything else yet. But, you know, hey, let's see if it's in here somewhere. State your business, adventurer. Snort? I'm not snorting. So this is the one Wishcash sends me. I have the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. These guys are dicks, dude, man. Like, get on with it. I gotta be like that. Persistent bugger? Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle, there's no mistaking that, and you did manage to obtain that adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. I, none once fought, also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am none. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory What is with the carrying of the R's? Victory goes to the patient cunning. Is he drunk? This is why I claimed my position, is why I still hold it, and is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were to recognize a skilled adventurer in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert in the east lies the Almja encampment. There dwells a warrior of renown both for his strength and guile. To even face this Almja in battle, you must find a way first to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve the riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring me this necklace. I love it. I stammer when I read a lot of these lines. Which I'm not going to pretend I don't. So I stammer when I read the lines, and then their solution is to give me a guy who's like slurring his speech, so that if I want to read it correctly, I have to also slur my speech. It's 10 out of 10 right there, buddy. All right, let's take our dinosaur across the desert here. Everyone knows dinosaurs love the desert, and we'll go over there and we'll get going. I remember there was one time I was doing the MSQ, and there's one where, like, or maybe it wasn't the MSQ, I think it was actually Hildebrand questline, because I didn't, for the longest time, I only did the Hildebrand questline within, like, the last, like, 2-3 years. That's why I had, like, all this Hildebrand to catch up on. And there was one where it's, like, out here in the desert, and I had to, like, go looking for it, because I didn't know where it was when I, like, tried to resume it at one point. So, see what you got. What you got? Oh, you got some purple smoke for me? You gonna bring smoke? You gonna try and give me some smoke here, buddy? I can't imagine how this could probably go wrong. I think my favorite thing is just like, oh no, it's a veteran. It was a veteran. Lol. Alright, there goes the veteran. Good day, veteran guy. Alright, let's head back. Ride my robot. Everyone likes a good robot, you know what I mean? Hey, it's a dude. What's this dude all about? Tell me all about yourself, level 34 monk lady. You wanna know a fun fact? So I see these little icons, and they have, like, the blue ones are non-aggressive, the red ones are. When they have the little spiky spikes, I have no idea what that means. I really don't. I have no idea. I've been playing this game for 12 years or whatever. I still have no idea what that means. That shows my lack of knowledge, but, you know, it's like never needed to know, really. You know? Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It'll make an excellent trophy. The spear belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern in my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still in the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a well-wicked worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but well-wicked worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on smaller creatures of the Sagoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map, along with the location of the well-wicked worms who are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Yeah, last time I was in this area, I was actually fishing. I was sand fishing. And I have not been here since then. So... I was out here in the day one day with old Maxwell Valerian, and we was doing some of that there sand fishing. By golly. Alright. So we got an orange zone over here with a bunch of peeps I can kill. Random, whatever that is. Oh, you gonna try and scrap? Get out of here. Alright. And then we gotta continue on. Wonder if I can just go. Can I go straight up that? It's like Oblivion Horse. Just go straight up the mountain. I can. Oh, almost. Almost perfect. We'll play some Desert Sukarak, set some ion cannon tanks up on top of the ridge. Alright. Oh, I thought that worm was what I needed, then it's like, no, it's purple smoke over here. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Hiya! Man, I remember doing the job quest to get that arrow, the Imperial arrow, or whatever, Imperial arrow. That was a whole thing, just to get that arrow. And now it's just like a thing I do sometimes. At one time, that was the pinnacle of my abilities. And now it is but yet another tool in my toolbox. Really though, like, if I was going to make one change, they were going to do an 8.0, I would say get rid of role quests, bring back job quests. Take the time to make a job quest for every single class. Don't give me the, oh, we can't, you did it before, it was for a long time, you got, oh, it's too many jobs. Dude, people pay for this game, what do you want me to say? Like, just give people job quests, man. Like, people got, like, loosely invested in those characters. Like, here's the thing. Again, my memory is not very good, but I do remember liking the Bard job quest. In fact, I liked a lot of the job quests I did. There's, like, where it really fleshed out, like, what it meant to do your job and other characters that were really into it. I know the Dark Knight one, I haven't even gotten that far in it, but even then, it was really good. So, you look well. Have you caught your quarry, then? Your skills as a hunter rival our best. I applaud your success, Tiberius. The meat will not be heavily smoked before I ship it to Wishcash. I'm going to keep calling Wishcash, I don't feel bad about it. Worry not, you have my word that you'll receive it in the time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of his location. For the nonce, shall return to Costa del Sol and seek Wishcash's counsel. But hold a moment. Since you've been meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him before me. The captain has always been fond of his brand of wine. I would have been grateful if you would deliver it on my behalf. I think so. If you're as drunk as I think you are, you need to, like, lay off. I was reckless and agreeable with youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have owes his wisdom and generosity. Wishcast was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that's still the case now. Please give him my regards, Tiberius. Alright, so back to Costa del Sol. I don't think there are any boats nearby to take me to Costa del Sol. So we're just gonna ninja disappear over there. Yeah. I'll keep blowing all my money on the teleports. Anyway, no. Yeah, no job quests. They were just, like, really cool. Like, I don't know. It was like, you went on adventures. I remember going on the, I can't remember the area, but it's the Heavensward area where you, like, go and I had to fight some giant thing, like a boss battle type thing, by myself with, like, just some NPCs. And, oh yeah, I gotta go this way. Up in the, like, Sea of Clouds. And that was, like, really cool. I really enjoyed that. You know, it gave kind of this finality. I mean, I still use, if you look at my character thing, it still says, I'm a Song Upon the Wind. That was, like, the title I got for that. And I've enjoyed that. And I was so kind of proud of that, that I was like, I wear it all the time. I've worn it for years now. Well met, Tiberius. Landel and I can't pronounce that name. Uod Nun both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Ah, my favorite. I shall have to thank the nun personally. Now, you have one ingredient left. Fortunately, you have not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect the last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there's been some trouble at the Long Stop, and that the delivery will be delayed indefinitely. She told me that nothing of an incident herself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have a choice but my turn you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls Docks and speak with Ozun Nazun. He will direct you to the Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. So we're doing Brayflox Long Stop, alright. Unless it's like another like misdirect type thing, but yeah, no, we're going to Brayflox Long Stop, that's cool. Brayflox Longstop, my history of Brayflox Longstop was, that was another one of those dungeons, kind of like Hawkeye Manor, where just for a long time, that was a dungeon I got. I had another friend who's on my friends list. Let's see. Here, we'll see if we can look. I can't remember what his in-game name is. Hang on. It is Root Beer Bandit. There you go. He loves to steal root beer. What do you want me to say? He doesn't even play a ninja, which I think is funny. Root Beer Bandit. He plays like, I want to say he played. Was he playing Astrologian? I can't even remember what he was playing. He was playing Summoner for a minute, I think. It's been so long, I do not remember. He fell off and just stopped playing. But no, he and I used to get into Brayflox Longstop all the time. Because that was just like, he had classes around that level. I don't think he ever really even got that much farther than like Heavensward. Oh, I didn't read that. Whoops. I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go on and talk the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. Hey, what do you know? That's all I got here. We're going to Raincatcher Gully. Are you coming along? I think I am. Alright, let's see where we're at. Alright, I know we're not super far away. Yeah, it's like right over there, right at the road. You know, let's look through my mounts. Here, we'll do a little thing. So, my favorites, right? And I have all these mounts. I know it's not the most amount of mounts, but it's not like nothing. Let's see, what do we want to ride? Fat Chocobo's pretty good. You know, I got this thing not that long ago. We'll get some out-of-season Halloween here. I'll ride this random penguin, like, pumpkin thing. There you go. There you go. I wasn't sure, I was like, is it gonna do a thing? Yeah, Canny. That's what my wife calls Candy when she's trying to be sassy. She calls it Canny. Alright. Brayflox. Alright. Skaw. Tongue flaps of Wishcash have been reaching the ears of Brayflox. Uplander has come to tasty flesh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander, deep and long stop. Flighty beast chase gobby flock from homes. Gobby flock needs a goodly Uplander to give safety to Longstop with much hand learning. Alright. Brayflox Longstop, now accessible. Alright. Well, let's do as usual. Let's get in there. We're making our way through, man. The thing is crazy is you look at it, and I feel like I haven't done any dungeon at all, but I'm like, what, we're on like the 7th dungeon now? In a row? So that's pretty cool. So let's see what we got. So 30 seconds, average wait time 6 minutes. A small red flag, because most of them say 5 minutes and they still take longer, so I'll give the usual obligatory 30 seconds, and then if it doesn't pop, we'll pause, and then we'll resume when she pops, which means I'll either be here for 5 to 6 minutes, or I'll be here for 50 years. We'll see how it pans out. Alright. See you when I see you. Okay. We're actually like staying on par here a little bit. That was all about 7 minutes, so... Although I'll tell you, it was like the longest 7 minutes of my life. So, let's do it. Let's Brayflox Longstop it. This is another one of those dungeons I'm pretty sure they streamlined. There used to be more to this dungeon. I remember, like, there's the midway boss fight in this, like, where people get trapped in a bubble. I don't know if any of that's true anymore. Because, man, my friends and I used to wipe on that sometimes. Like, we just weren't good enough and they just weren't fast enough. It used to be just like, there was just like, oh, I wasn't paying attention. And then we just died. So, let's figure it out. Shang-Chi, really? Is that guy a monk? He is. Alright. Well, let's get some music going here. Oh, we're pulling everything. Okay. Oh, tank needs help. Again, that's just me being the overly paranoid, you know, healer in my brain that goes, oh yeah, don't want to let that happen, that would be bad. Alright, so far so good. Hiya! I'm telling you, I always think that interrupt's actually gonna do something. I'm more surprised when it doesn't, when it does do it than when it doesn't. It's like, alright, well, I tried. Punch him harder, monk. Punch it harder. Oh, we got more stuff. What do we got? A long strop crook. I want to go ahead and get one of those, and I'm gonna glamour. All my stuff is like just basic, like level 30 dungeon stuff. It's like, oh man, that looks cool. What is that? That's a long strop crook. Interestingly enough, I remember this dungeon pretty well, like, or at least, you know, moderately well. But I have to say, where's that guy going? Don't know. No, we're gonna skip this? I don't think we're supposed to, you know what, maybe I'm just wrong. That guy's definitely getting mugged up there, but we don't care. Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. I'm looking at that guy up there, the little gobby guy. He's like, no, don't leave me to die. And we are. We're leaving him to die. Sorry, not sorry. He's gonna try and pull aggro on the thing? It's not gonna matter. Doesn't matter. Pretty sure we have to kill this first. Alright, I hit him with heavy, so that's that going for us. I'm sure it's fine. I'm having a little bit of latency here. No problem. We can get by it. Storm. What are we doing? We're gonna blow it up? We're throwing bombs at it? It's a bold plan. Especially when it breathes fire. I can't imagine how that could go wrong. Yeah, I remember like going through here, and like, you know, we're talking the early days, you know, once upon a time, and just fumbling in this area. Like, I don't know if we were under gear. I often didn't understand like the impact gear had early on when I was playing the game. So like I'd run into areas like this where you could just get swarmed. And this is before everyone was pulling wall to wall all the time. Like I'm sure like the high level people were, but like I wasn't, and no, I didn't know anyone else who was. And like we would just get in here and we pull like 3 things and we accidentally get like 1 or 2 more than we wanted. And then lo and behold, well guess what, it's time to die. and we just wipe. I have to do it over again. And then that was before we even got to the next fight, which was pretty hard for us back in the day. Like I said, I think they've changed a lot of the mechanics, because there used to be, I don't know, I'll have to look, I'll have to pay attention, but there was a bubble mechanic where one of your teammates it was like a DPS check type thing, and one of your teammates would get trapped in the bubble, and if you didn't get them out, well, you know, that's a bad time, you know? At that point, you know, you pizzaed when you should have French fried or whatever. And, you know. So, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm guessing that they remove that mechanic because that would be too hard. But, you know, hey, I could be wrong. I would be pleasantly surprised if I'm wrong and the bubble shows up. And we're already melting this guy pretty fast. I could also be thinking of something else too, like a different fight. Maybe like the hard mode version of this fight or something? I don't know. But there was definitely a bubble with this, and I'd swear it was this one. I did not forget about the dragon, but it was like, you know, I know that the bubble doesn't happen when the dragon's around. Alright, dragon's gone, yeah. No, I used to like put you in a bubble in the whole thing, and now it's just like you just melted him down and it was over. Shame that. So, I guess we'll make it where we go. Well, I feel like that guy doesn't want the chest. He doesn't want the chest. Well, who am I to tell him he has to go back to the chest, you know what I mean? Alright. Bold. The thing that's funny is I know if I was playing a healer right now, the guy probably would die. Because I'm so out of, like, the healing game. I tried to heal, like, Circus Tower, or, no, it was Labyrinth of the Ancients, and I hadn't healed. I was like, alright, it should be alright, no big deal. And I just did so bad. I couldn't believe how bad I was doing. That was when I started trying to level Scholar again. The problem is, I have a hard time multitasking classes, like, if I was playing Bard all the time. Like, I'm gonna have a hard time when we get to Heaven's Ward, and, like, I've been playing Bard for, you know, 100 hours. And then suddenly it's like, oh, well, you now need to go and play, you know, Viper, a class which, by the way, you have barely ever played at all before. All right, let's cutscene it up. Annoy the peeps. I love how early bosses are just like, hey, look at the dragon. It's just a dragon, not anything particularly special or fancy, just like that. You know what I mean? So, all right. Well, they were patient. Even Shang-Chi was patient. Alright. There I am doing the thing again. Yeah, remember the one that when you're in here on hard mode, it's like he's got a bomb? There's like a bomb guy? That fight was actually kind of hard. But yeah, there was definitely, like I guarantee, there was definitely a point where, there was definitely a point. I remember also, I don't know if they changed it, this used to be like where there was poison on the ground and you had to like dodge. Like, it would just start like taking up like the whole arena, and the tank had to like kite it to where it wouldn't, like, I'm remembering things and I'm like, because it's been like, I'm not seeing it, right? My brain goes, I remember that, right? It's not just in my head, I'm not just like imagining stuff, but no, I'm pretty sure the tank used to have to, like, he would spew stuff on the ground and then the tank would have to like kite the, you know, the stuff. Okay, so I think it's gonna have to happen, yeah, like that, and then move over here before it blows up. That seems to be like a new design choice. It's like it blows up and then it blows up again thing. Looks like Shang-Chi took a hit on that one. Well, whatever. Probably die before we even get there. Yep. Oops. Alright. We did it. A long stop bow. You know what, we should just glamour out. Get rid of the relic weapon, just put on a long stop bow. That'll be it. Kids will be looking at me going, man, look how cool. Oh, they all left and I got the long stop bow. Man, I'm glad my armory chest has now got a long stop bow in it. Let's see what a long stop bow looks like. Let's try it on. Oh, I'm naked. Huh. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Look at that long stop bow. Look at that. Yeah, long stop bow. But no, that's why my armory chest is always full. I did get a comm, though. It's not so bad. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get what we need here. Psh, Skaw. Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobby Flock. Except for that one guy we abandoned. Flighty Beast was tricksy one, but Uplander outwitted and was plainsmaking. Uplander was goodly head of fighty think. Brayflock's happy gives tasty fresh Gobby treats to clever Uplander. Okay. Cheese is stinky sweet Gobby treat. Special make with secret Gobby arts. No party complete without Gobby Gouda. Brayflock's ever. We came here for cheese. All right. It's time to head back. But no, so yeah, that I know it. I can't be crazy. If I am, they've streamlined a lot of the dungeons with the efforts to try and make it so like the NPCs, like I'm glad that the NPCs can play, but I wish they would have worked more to like just have the NPCs help you, teach you the mechanics for the fights instead of going, oh, like have them shout out at stuff at you so you notice that if you die, then go back. Like people are allowed to die, but they don't want anyone to die. They just want you to like go in, do your dungeon, and call it. And like I don't like that game design. Let me make sure I'm going the right way. Oh wait, I have to go across. That's right, and it's right here. But no, that first fight, like little salamander fight thing, he would put you in a bubble, like one of your people in a bubble, and then everyone would have to attack the bubble and break it. And if you didn't, he just died, and then everyone died, if I think, or something like that. I forget. But like that used to be like an actual like DPS check sort of thing. Oh, here's my Easter Gabu. Let's go Easter Gabu. Here, show me some eggs. Oh. But yeah, no, it's just like they took that out, and then like I said, the dragon at the end, he had this thing where like the tank had to kite him around the room because it started making the floor basically lava, basically, right? And then they would just, that was all fine, but I don't know. Stuff like that just kind of bothers me. It's like, but again, that's why we're doing this, right? Because God knows what they're going to change in the future. I don't know. They're talking about doing a whole do-over, so that's also, that's huge, but... Alright. Well, I think we're going to call it there. We can, next episode we'll kick off with us talking to Wishcash. So, with that, thank you for coming along, and until next time.